what's up guys, it's Jordan from TeasersBooks, and today I'm going to be doing the Disney book tag. I have my Olaf shirt on and I'm ready to go. This tag was created by Catastic, I believe, and I wasn't tagged to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it sounds fun and I love Disney. So, let's get started. The first movie is The Little Mermaid. Pick a character who was out of their element, or a fish out of water, so to say. And for me, I picked Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. The main girl, Mare, in this book gets taken in by the Silvers and has to live like a Silver. And she's really out of her element because she doesn't stand all the kinds of etiquette and all the training she has to go through to make herself appear to be Silver. And I just really enjoyed this book, and the characters were great. Yeah, so a fish out of water. The next movie is Cinderella, and is pick a character who goes through a major transformation. And for me, I chose Alienated by Melissa Landers. The main character, Cara, especially in the second book, goes through some major changes, especially in how she thinks and how she acts, because she does an exchange student with an intergalactic boy. I highly recommend this book if you haven't read it, but yeah, this is the book that would definitely have a person who changed drastically. The next book is Snow White, and pick a book with an eclectic cast of characters, and for me that would be the Raven Cycle Quartet series by Maggie Stiefvater. This book has the most dynamic characters I've ever read. They're all so different and they're all so fun to read from, and I really enjoyed it. They're just so different from one another, and they just make the entire book pretty much. Like, this book would be hardly anything without their dynamic characters. The next movie is Sleeping Beauty, and it is a book that put you to sleep. And for this one, it is Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. I hated this book. I don't even know why I finished it. I think I was just hoping that it would get better because I did enjoy the Hush Hush series. It was just so boring. It just had no plot. The plot was all over the place. It made no sense to me. The characters were dry. I just really didn't like it. It was just a very poorly written book. To be honest, I think it actually put me to sleep a few times. The next movie is The Lion King, a classic, and it is a character who had a very traumatizing childhood. And for me, that would be Four from Divergent. He went through a lot in his childhood. Everyone should know what his childhood was like if you've seen the movie or read the books, but he went through a lot before he got to escape from his father and go to Dauntless, and so that's who I'm picking. The next one is Beauty and the Beast, and it is pick a beast of a book that you were very nervous to start, but you ended up loving it because it was beautiful. And for me, that would be City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, the last book in the Mortal Instruments series. The book is huge, and because it's the last book, I was very nervous going into it because I wasn't sure what would happen. I heard that a lot of people were supposed to die. I just wasn't ready for that, to say goodbye to some of my favorite characters, but I was happy I read it because it was a beautiful book. The next movie is Aladdin, and is a book that where a character gets their wish granted for better or for worse. And for me, I picked The Duff by Cody Keplinger. The main girl in this story always wanted to be seen and be popular, at least that's what I remember, and she kind of gets her wish granted by the popular boy taking interest in her, but at the same time, because of the relationship that they have a lot of drama in the story and in her life. So I think that she likes her choice at the end, but at the same time, she had to go through a lot of trouble to end up where she was at the end of this book. The next movie is Mulan, and it is a character that pretends to be someone they're not, and I chose Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. The main character, Greg, I remembered his name this time. The main character, Greg, is always just acquaintances with everyone. He doesn't show his true colors and hang out with the group that he really wants to. He isn't himself, and so he hides from other people, and the only people that really bring out his true self is Earl and the Dying Girl. I can't remember her name. I hate names. I don't even remember her name. Oh, crap. Rachel. Her name is Rachel. It only took me like a minute. Okay, but anyway, her name is Rachel, and that's really only who he opens up to, and I think that if he was a more open person, he would have hung out with the right group of people and probably would have gotten better grades in the long run. The next book is Toy Story, and it is a book or character that you wish would come to life. And for me, although there's a lot of books and characters that I would love to have in the real world, like Harry Potter, I would have to go with Percy Jackson just because of the characters. I really like Percy, and I really like all of the characters in Percy Jackson as well as Heroes of Olympus. They are hilarious, they are so funny, and Percy's like one of my book boyfriends, so Yeah. Look at how worn out this book is though. It's like, oh. The next one that Christine made from Pullman Books, and is Hercules, which is actually my favorite Disney movie of like all time. It's probably because of the Greek gods thing, which I'm obsessed with because of Percy Jackson. But even as a child, I just really enjoyed it. And I actually, one time when I went to Disney World, I bought this little Pegasus. Isn't it cute? It has little wings. Now I feel like watching Hercules now. Anyway, it is a book that inspired you to become stronger and a better person, and for me that was Harry Potter, just because I grew up with it. It is very inspiring. It always tells you to be yourself and be the strongest person that you can be, and I think that's a really good thing to strive for, especially since it's a middle grade novel, so to talk to kids and teenagers about this kind of stuff is great. Because this book basically shaped who I am. Like, I wouldn't be reading today if it wasn't for these books. It definitely made me a stronger and more a person that I try to look up to if I were someone else. And the last movie is the Disney Descendants movie, which I'm very excited for. I hope I can read the book by Melissa de la Cruz before it comes out. And for the Disney Descendants, it is a villain or morally ambiguous character, and for me, I chose Valentine from the Mortal Instruments series. I really like Valentine because he is very controlled. He's a very controlled villain. He doesn't just lash out at people. He has deep reasoning for the things that he does, and I find that I can very easily not connect with him, but reason with myself and think, oh, okay, well, he is a mean person, but he does have his reasons, where other characters, I just hate them full out, and I think that I understand where he's coming from in a way. I also think that the way he runs his group and the way that he talks to people is very interesting, because he's able to use his brains to get people to do things for him, where a lot of people just use force or death to scare people. I think that's a very different kind of villain. Plus, this series is amazing, and I think he just adds to it a lot. So that's it for my Disney book tag. Thanks for watching once again. You can follow me on my Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and my blog. I'll put the links down below. Thanks for watching, and keep on reading, guys. Bye!